just moments ago, boiling over at a town hall in Nebraska, Republican Congressman Mike Flood was finishing a meeting with constituents, and here is some of what we just saw.
Nothing is quite so sweet as the schadenfreude of watching Republicans suffer the consequences of their own actions. Please enjoy this video of what happened last night at the town hall of Maga Congresswoman Harriet Wageman, who defeated Liz Cheney in deep red Wyoming, where Trump won over 45%, the biggest margin in the entire country. Check this out.
In a state where so many farmers rely on government programs for drought and disaster relief, Trump's plans to cut these programs and the people who administer them, coupled with the tariffs, will decimate Wyoming farms and rural communities. What are you doing about it? I disagree. I come from the Iowa community. I'm well aware of what kind of programs are out there. It's so bizarre to me how obsessed you are with federal government. But here's the thing. In today's video, we're going to talk about Maga supporters regretting their votes and heckling their representatives at town hall meetings demanding for answers. But they should have known better. They really should have. But here we are. Maga supporters, the die-hard Trump fans, the American first crowd, are now turning on their own leaders. And it's all happening in town halls across the country. What started as blind loyalty is now boiling over into frustration, anger, and outright betrayal. You see, the very people who cheered, chanted, and voted for Trump are now the ones shouting down Republican representatives demanding answers. Why? Because reality has finally caught up with them. If this is the kind of content you enjoy, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing so that YouTube may recommend it to a wider audience. But for now, without further ado, guys, let's go straight into this video. But first, let me play you a few clips on this matter, and I'll come back with my commentary. As a side note, all credit goes to the creators of these videos.
I was proud to vote recently for the House budget resolution.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. That $36 trillion number is not going away.
We have $37 trillion in debt. Again, the $37 trillion in debt is a real issue. So Medicare and Social Security are not being touched. If we had the interest, I would walk you through how the reconciliation bills would go and the civics behind it, but maybe a little stretch for right now.
Running our government. Like him or not, Elon Musk has brought a lot of really smart people. If uncovering waste and fraud was the goal, doctors and forensic accountants.
We're now seeing that we don't want people to call on the phone to change their direct deposit. Go to a local office. Try to get an appointment at a local office. But right now, you're waiting a month, and we're going to cut more staff. This is not right, and we do not want to see Social Security privatized. I don't know.
Have you checked the Social Security website lately?
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
First of all, I do want to say shame. I want to say shame for your comment, your quote that you said, President Zelensky's approach today was disrespectful to President Trump and undermines the goal of bringing peace and that. So shame on that. But, second of all, I am the daughter, the niece, the sister of veterans, Korea veteran Iraqi war. I have received the American Legion Auxiliary newsletter for quite a long time, for decades. They have stated that we are underfunded and understaffed, repeatedly stated that. You have said otherwise with Doge. Who's lying, them or you?
We owe our veterans the best possible care we can afford. I'm going to say it again. It's a promise we made. It's a promise we'll keep. And it is important, not just to Republicans. It's important to Democrats. It's important to independents. Supporting our military and supporting our veterans is something that should unite us as Americans. And I will work as your member of Congress to address that. I do believe that that White House meeting was a disaster. And I believe that President Zelensky should have signed that agreement.
Do you support the annexation of Canada and/or Greenland? And this is a yes or no question. I don't want you to wander off into the woods. I don't want to hear about your latest week in your office. And do you like the way he treats the Premier or the President of Canada, calling him governor? Is that the way you do as a diplomat? Is that the way the United States should act to our closest neighbors?
My question to you is, why do you believe that President Trump is above the law? And I'll just reinforce what other people have been saying here. Why have you not spoken up for him? John, we have trusted you with our votes. We have sent you to Congress for decades. We expect you to follow through what we Iowans really want our government to do, and not to have a federal government that is being dismantled by this President Trump and Elon Musk. Please stand up for what's right and do your jobs.
I've been in Spokane for 39 years from New Jersey. I've never been involved in politics before, but this is getting really scary. So the things that frighten me is the way this insane president talks about Canada as a 51st state. Taking Panama by force and buying Greenland. How does this person qualify as sane? Why is he not being impeached right now?
All the town halls that have been being held across the United States, because Congress, the House of Representatives, has been on a break. So what you do when that happens is the members go back to their communities and they have town hall meetings with their constituents, those who voted for them, those who didn't vote for them, but the concerns that they have in their districts and across the country. So today, the Republican conference has put out that they don't want their Republican congresspeople having town hall meetings in person with their constituents. Now, see, they only think their constituents are the people who voted for them. And they think, they would be friendlier to them. That's what they want. But
what they need to understand is they pissed everybody off. So you have Republicans and Democrats who are there, raising their voices. But don't you think it's kind of chicken shit to where you're telling Republican congresspeople, don't talk to your people. Don't talk to the people who voted for you. Folks, this is what you need to remember next year in 2026 when the election happens. These are the people who didn't want to come talk to you because they knew that they're doing a crappy job and they're supporting someone who is destroying America. So get ready for 2026 and make sure you can call them constantly. Don't let them off the hook, folks. Just because they won't come see you, you make sure they hear from you. But all I can say is you Republicans, you're a bunch of cowards. You're a bunch of cowards.
So, Republican Representative, town hall meetings. No more town hall meetings. I don't have time to talk to you. Donald Trump is doing such a fantastic job. That's it.
I watched some things online, town halls that Republicans were doing, and there's boos, there's angry shouts, that people are chanting over them. It's really becoming almost an embarrassment to be a Republican in office because people don't want to hear them. Because how can you defend attacking Canada? How can you defend attacking another country? That's not who the United States are. We've never been that way. We've never attacked anyone unless it was in response to something. And people are getting really angry about it. And so Republicans are starting to not have as many town halls. They're not coming out and talking because how can you support the fact that Trump is attacking with trade Europe? And then of course Europe responds by canceling defense contracts. They're building up their own defense industry now, so they don't have to buy from America. So going forward, we're going to have less sales, less trade with other countries because they're going to find other ways to do it. Like, I just saw a thing on Frederick Merz, who's going to be the new chancellor of Germany. $500 billion that they passed a bill on to increase infrastructure and defense spending and investing in defense plants so they can build their own, so they can sell to the European Union, and then nobody has to buy from America. That is the Trump legacy. That is what Trump is doing. Today we still are, because they haven't built this yet. But once it's built, we're going to see our GDP go down. Excuse me. And that will be Trump's legacy. He's running this country, and the Republicans are backing him. Those in power are backing him because they know that if they go against him, they won't get elected.
I've been seeing so many videos of Republican town halls across the country, doesn't matter what state they're in, and they are getting reamed by their constituents. Their constituents are straight up asking them, how are you going to handle all this crap that Trump is doing, all these illegal things? And then they go and defend it, and then they are attacked, not physically, but so if you have a person in the House or the Senate, U.S., that is having a town hall near you, you should go. You should go be a part of the resistance. However, after the shellacking that they have gotten over the weekend, I think they're going to do what they did for the last Trump administration, is just not do town halls anymore. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to defend Trump.
One thing I didn't see being mentioned about Mike Flood's town hall in Columbus, Nebraska last night, I was there, is how at the beginning he had a priest come on the stage and lead a prayer. And this prayer began with the priest asking God to bless our kings. So yeah, we have kings.
Then there's the Trump conflict with Zelensky.
To the Republican leaders that are not showing up at the town halls, we are not agitators, okay? You don't get to call us names for showing up because we want answers to questions, okay? You are being cowards, hiding from us, all right? It is your job to answer our questions. You're not showing up for us. Where are you and why are you hiding? We are scared. We have questions and we are demanding answers. And that doesn't make us agitators. So stop calling us names and show up.
If you thought Maga supporters were
So there's a showdown that's happening that in the town halls, especially in the red states, and you could literally see the tough questions that they're being asked. The congressman and is trying to come up with answers, stuttering here and there, and you know for a fact that what's happening in the country, it's really painful. The Republicans, they have no words because the current administration, they're trying to dismantle the pillars of America, what stands for America. For example, you are seeing they're trying to get hold of the Social Security, they're trying to get hold of the medical aid, they're trying to get hold of the DEI. Basically, they're trying to make changes that are affecting people. And right now, if you look at America, they're having so many people losing their jobs. We're having so many people having real life issues. The farmers right now, they're trying to get market for their produce, where they can sell the soybeans, where they can sell meat, but their biggest market, that was China, has turned her back on America. They have looked for alternative markets elsewhere. So the Chinas are left, the farmers are left in a limbo. They don't know where to go, how to go about it. And when they face the government is telling them, you know what, right now we are doing budget cuts, so we have no subsidies for you guys. You are on your own. So the farmers right now, they are freaking out. They're wondering what's going on. And yes, majority of the farmers, they voted for the Republicans in the red state, and the red state is where farmers are. It's where they voted for the current administration. So they're wondering why they feel betrayed. Why is the government not supporting them? Why is the government not helping them? Why is the government not taking their issues into consideration so that they are assisted? Because when they went to vote during the election time, they had this understanding that the government is going to support them once they came into power. They had this understanding that government is going to come up with policies that are going to help the farmers in the red state. They had this understanding that when the government comes into power, they are going, now the people, they're going to be taken care of. Right now, they feel betrayed. They felt like as if the government has overlooked their issues. The government has turned its back on them, and they're wondering why. So that's the reason why these town hall meetings were literally, on fire. They're asking these questions, and the congressman is wondering how to answer them, because literally, if you look at what's happening in the country, it's affecting them. Let me know what you think about this video. Do you think they're going to have more town hall meetings in America? What do you think? Let me know, and drop your comments, and please subscribe to my channel.